How's it going, folks? This is Russell reporting from ToyCon, New Jersey, and today I have the honor of being here with Mr. Paul Nicholasi. Many of you in the toy community, or for those of you who are not in the toy community may know, he's nicknamed the Nomad. I've actually known this gentleman for many years. He probably wishes much like the Four Horsemen that he didn't, but, you know, it is what it is. I actually had the joy of meeting this guy back when I worked at Suncoast as well. I met him through the Ring of Collectors. Care to tell people all about that fun little time?
Not really. You want to hear about all my heartbreaks?
Only if you want to say.
Not so much. It didn't end well. I think it ended with me deleting all of my work overnight and then having to file some legal papers to get my stuff back.
But you got me out of it.
Yeah, definitely. I got him in the divorce, and that's what counts.
Yeah, he's thinking, God, somebody shoot me. It's okay. It's okay. So, yeah, he's been my buddy for almost 20 years now, and I couldn't be luckier to know him. Tell us a little bit about your site, Idle Hands, for those who may not know and who really should.
We like to call it water cooler geek topics. So pretty much anything you'd be talking about among your friends on any given day. I don't like to hit the hot topics too much because there's like 300 websites talking about movies on any given day, Infinity War and all of that stuff. So we tend to trend more toward like the indie movies that you may not have heard of, some import movies that are coming out, toy lines from new designers that you may not have seen. But then we also do like toy photography of stuff you love and toy news that you love and all the people that we're all friends with. So we got to take care of our own. So.
Excellent. So since you're here today, why don't you tell us a bit about how you've done the last yesterday and today, and also about some of the stuff you got here?
Oh, sure. Well, what do you want? You want to know about stuff I picked up or stuff I have to sell?
How about a little both? We got time.
Man, God, I picked up great stuff this show, though. The show is awesome for picking. That's the main thing you need to know. So, especially if you're a vendor, because we all come on Friday night to set up, and it's like carnage. It's like complete carnage everywhere because there's so much good stuff here to pick, and you could pull $20 things out of $5 bins all day long. But more than that, there's people that come just to unload stuff, and their plan is to be gone on the first day halfway through the day. And they do. Like, you know, remember Big Kev? Big Kev's geek stuff?
Sure.
You probably know him if it's Kevin Schroebel. You probably know him if you saw him. He was here yesterday, and his whole main job was to get rid of his entire table, hopefully within the first, 4 hours of the show, and I think he achieved that. So that was pretty...
Congratulations, Kev, I guess.
Yeah, really. So yeah, I got some good stuff from him. I got a $10 Sentinel, like the Hasbro one, the chunky one, that talks. It still talked and everything. What else did I pick up that was really good? I don't know. I traded about $5 worth of my stuff for a $100 tub of toys earlier today. So that was a good deal. It had army ants in it too, which are awesome. Remember those?
Yes, I do.
Love those, yeah. So yeah, pretty much my table is all the crap we grew up with, plus a lot of the modern stuff that we love. And I tell people I sell flashbacks, pretty much.
Flashbacks?
Yeah. So you come to my table and you have flashbacks the whole time. Everybody's like, "Oh my God, do you remember this?" You know, like not like her, but but like Scooby. Things that make you flashback to when you were a kid. So
I absolutely love that description. I never heard that before. I love that.
That's actually what I named my company when I had to file for taxes. I called it We Sell Flashbacks.
Oh, I wish I were as smart as you. That's brilliant. That is brilliant.
It just comes to me.
Very cool. Very cool. Did you want to tell us anything about your glorious mucus tick figure?
Oh, Lord, you want to hear that whole story?
Only if you want to tell it.
Holy jeez. Oh, where do we start? So there's a boy called Jeff Beckett Jr. And Jeff Beckett Jr. had dreams of starting his own toy company. And Jeff Beckett Jr. started with something called the shoulder action figure. And he literally, you got to give this guy credit. And this is probably why he got away with as much crime as he did. Because everybody thought, plucky guy that doesn't know any better. And maybe he had some mental problems. Because, dude, if you saw his first prototype was pieces of styrofoam glued together. And did you ever go to the Renaissance Fair?
I'm actually hoping to go later this year with my girlfriend.
Did you ever go a long time ago?
Not yet, no.
Okay, they had this thing called Wise Aces, and it was like a little dragon that sat on his shoulder, and a pipe cleaner would like run through your shirt, and then you would turn the pipe cleaner and it would turn its little head. So he ripped them off, and he made something called the shoulder action figure. But having no talents of his own, he just glued pieces of styrofoam together in box shapes, and took a picture of himself with it on his shoulder, and went to Toy Fair and handed out these pieces of paper to everybody. And every toy company we went to was like, you gotta see this, and showed us this piece of paper. So by the end of the show, we felt really bad for him, which, like I said, probably set everybody up to be taken for a ride with this guy. So, God, I feel like I need to fast forward. The story could go on forever. Man, all right, short version. I would help him every now and then because his pictures would be awful, his toy photography was awful. He literally like could not do anything good except scam people. I guess he was just good at talking people into stuff and making people feel bad for him and making people feel like he was the underdog, which is how he got away with so much crime that he did. But fast forward, he made a deal. He got like the Metalocalypse license for nothing and never made any figures. He got the Guar license for nothing and made like little statues of like Beefcake, I think he made, was all he made. And they were pissed at him. And geez, he got so many licenses for nothing. And then there were other things he made that I don't think he ever had the license for. He announced an entire wave of anime figures that I don't think he had the licenses for any of that stuff. He continued trying to make tick figures well past when he would have had a license, and Ben Edlund actually had to pull the plug when we Twittered at him. But this is after he robbed people like crazy, which I skipped over completely. So what he would do is he would go to conventions, and in the beginning it seemed like he was a legitimate business, and that's what hurts most people, because when you see that there were products out in Toys R Us, you assume that this is a person that does legitimate business. And when you see like when you see a figure in a package, you assume this is a person that does legitimate business, because to get stuff like this made costs a lot of money, you know? And you can't be poor to do this, or somebody that's cheating people every day. But apparently you can, because he did. So he did his first series of these, and he got some into Toys R Us by some miracle. And the whole hook was that he went to all of the creators of these characters, and they were supposed to get a cut of this. So he paid nothing up front for any of his licenses, and they were supposed to get a cut later on. So nobody saw a dime, and they were lucky to even get samples from him. Most of them don't like talking about it at all. If you talk to David Mack about it, he probably wouldn't even mention it. I'm sure Rob Schrab is tired of talking about it. He probably won't talk about it either, because they did Scud. Sam Keith, I don't think would even be in the mix, because I think that went through MTV, but you get the picture. But so these were supposed to be the Series 2 ones that never happened, but they made the Tick and then made Dick Tracy. And I commissioned this guy because I still thought that he was somebody worth supporting, but I was stupid. So these got hung up in China, and he was gonna need $10,000 to get them out of China. So I put that up because I had money at the time, and it cost me $10,000 to make this, which anybody in the toy industry will tell you is probably ridiculous, and I probably paid to produce this and other toys that he made, because it doesn't cost $10,000 to make 1,000 of these. You know, he even charged me extra to do custom art on the card. So I got taken for a ride here. But it's one of those things where I'm glad and I hate that I did it, because I love how it came out. I mean, I made my own figure. How many people could say that? I did all the art on the card. It looks a billion times better than his. If you look, even the DPI is wrong. See how low res that is? It's super low resolution because he did not care. And then mine is right because I did care. And then I wrote the bio, and I made the cards complement each other. So yeah, it was a lot of work. And it's one of those things that you'll say is a labor of love, because I did cost me 20 grand. And then he sold half of my stuff for inflated prices and destroyed the market on them, so people couldn't even sell them for $5. And then I had to threaten him to get the rest of my figures back. So that was like an entire day of emailing. So much fun. He said he sent them to me. I said, show me the shipping receipt. He said, oh no, you came and picked them up. I said, show me the conversation where we said this, because we don't talk on the phone. We talk online like everybody else does these days. And he said, oh, okay, well, I'm gonna send them to you. All right then. So then he sent them to me. And then he still owed me money for years and was not paying me and was paying me like a little bit and then telling me that he already paid me. And he would just make up whatever he felt like saying at the time. So yeah, he's an awful human being. He's telling people he's a model now. Yeah, you've seen him. Google him. Tell me if he's a model. You know, not putting anything past the guy. I'm not fat shaming him or anything, but he's not attractive in any way. And he kind of thinks he's Wolverine, so he's got those big giant chops and everything. And sometimes he calls himself Jeffrey Von Gore. And he runs like an alternative pinup magazine that's also a burlesque troupe. That's also a, what's it called, a press site. So that's how we got into Toy Fair one year. And everybody was like, Jeff is here. And we were like, what? So the last time he popped up, he was making Trump versus Putin action figures. He used like the top parts of his body and like pants with boots, and he made them shirtless, and he gave them really awfully sculpted heads. And he suckered some kid into being the front of the company, but there was a mysterious other person that belonged to the company named like John Smith or something. He doesn't even try. When he formed this company was look, okay, so it says GBJR Toys. So he claimed he never owned this company. It wasn't the president of this company. GBJR, Jeff Beckett Jr. So they love him so much that they named the company after him? Dude, come on. So yeah, so ever since he's been taking pre-orders for things that never happen, and people just lose like 20 bucks at a time. And then what can you do? Because it's 20 bucks and you can't take somebody to court over 20 bucks. And I meet them at every show because everybody knows that I'm the guy that plays whack-a-mole with him every time. I'm the guy that wrote the 7-page article on Bleeding Cool last time. That was like the entire history of his atrocities, minus the women that he abused and beat up and broke some girl's collarbone in some bar. And didn't pay James Marsters' band and so much stuff, dude. There's so much stuff that wasn't in any of the articles, but yeah, he's a fun guy.
Well, at least you can take solace now in knowing that people do know that your mucus tick still exists, so maybe you'll find it available soon, folks. Maybe you will.
Possibly. I kind of have a few of them.
Yeah, we'll see what we can do. Well, we'll see what happens with that. So, before I conclude this, so what else have you been up to these days?
Writing a lot. Writing a book right now.
Oh, could you tell us a bit about that?
It's a... How could I describe it? It's a supernatural horror love story with lots of death. Think about it as like the origin story of two superheroes who kill people. They don't do anything good, they just kill people. Well, she kind of does things good, but I don't want to give away what happens. But he meets her, and they weren't ever supposed to meet. And in any other world, she would have killed him because that's what she does. But you'll figure it out when you read it. But yeah, that's like the whole gist of it.
Well, it actually does sound like something my girlfriend would want to read, so there's that, you know.
I don't know if you want to encourage her to read that.
No, I think she might want to do it regardless. You know, she'll see this interview and say, oh, tell me more about this. I know.
It should be cool. I want to do them like pulp books, like little eat 'em up, like 200-page books, and like continue the stories, stuff like that, so.
Sounds fantastic. Well, my good man, it has been an absolute honor to get to chat with you here. Yeah, and I hope we'll be seeing you a lot more often from here on out. And I know he's thinking, oh, God, somebody shoot.
No, do
they always say that.
People. No, you're good people.
I know. I love this guy to death. Seriously, I do. So this is Russell signing off for ToyCon New Jersey. And one more time, this is the Nomad, or as you know him better, Paul Nicholasi.
See you later.
This video is sponsored by the Crazy Kings of Toys. Check them out for all your toy needs and find out why they are so crazy. Find them on eBay, Bricklink, and Facebook. Links are in the description. For more Toxic Pop, visit our website at toxicpop1.wixsite.com/toxicpop. Email us at toxicpop1@gmail.com and check us out on Facebook at facebook.com/toxicpop1 and Instagram at instagram.com/wearetoxicpop. Links are in the description.